What's going on, everyone? Talen here, and welcome to another uniform review video. Alright, so we have a few new uniforms to take a look at, and we're going to be taking a look at Deadpool's new uniform in this video here. We have his 30th anniversary black version suit. There is going to be, of course, a white version here, but this one is going to be from the uniform collection. So once you get all of the uniforms to Mythic, or all of these new uniforms here from this batch to Mythic, then you can claim this uniform for free. So there's no other way to get it. You cannot buy it. It is going to be a synergy uniform, so it's going to perform exactly the same as the black suit here. So there's going to be no changes in like the buffs, stats, or anything like that. At least not that I noticed. I should probably double check that really quick. Yeah, they're going to be exactly the same. No changes, uniform bonuses, or anything like that. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the new uniform here for Deadpool, which the uniform looks pretty snazzy. I do like this uniform. He's looking pretty good in his tux here. Very, very nice. All blinged out too. Looks like he's got some gold buttons there, some rings. Yeah, he's looking like he's ready to wheel and deal. But what we're going to be doing is comparing this new uniform to the Holiday Lady Deadpool uniform, because this is kind of the standard here for Deadpool. Because this uniform, as we all know, is amazing, performs extremely well in most content, except for maybe like, I don't know, Null or Giant Boss Raid. Those are probably the few exceptions, because you cannot apply the all defense down. But if you can apply all defense down, then this uniform is amazing, and she even performs well in PvP. The new uniform here, however, doesn't seem to be as good, in my opinion, as the Holiday Lady Deadpool. I'm not sure why it seems worse. The raw damage is lower, so he has lower, like, just raw damage, but once you apply the all defense down, then the damage is pretty much the same between the two. So if you're doing World Boss Ultimate, then this uniform here is going to be a little bit better because it's more consistent. But if you're doing like GBR or Null, then the Holiday Lady Deadpool uniform is going to be better because it can dish out more raw damage. At least that's what I've noticed from the little bit of testing that I've done. But let's go ahead and hop into the uniform, and then I'll show some of that gameplay afterwards. So the uniform bonus is going to change his 4-star and tier 2 passive. It's going to be pretty much the same as the Holiday Lady Deadpool one, except with a little bit of a stat bump. So instead of 35% skill damage, we now have 40%, and instead of like 18% bonus damage, I think it was for Holiday Lady Deadpool, we have a 25%, so a little bit of a boost there. The healing factor has also been given a little bit of a boost from 45% to 65%. And then we have all the skill changes here. One of the notable ones that might make him better in PvP is we do have some ignore targeting here on the first skill, which is pretty nice. And it is on a short cooldown, so you can actually take advantage of this skill and spam it, and hopefully take care of your enemy. And because you have that nice healing factor, it might make Deadpool actually pretty good in PvP with this uniform. The second skill here, nothing too crazy there. The third skill, however, we now have an increased damage by 50% for one attack, so that is pretty nice. Fourth skill, I believe this is the same, except that we now have a little bit more all defense down. It used to be 55%, I think, and now it's 65%. Yeah, I believe that's the only difference here. The fifth skill is exactly the same as it is for Holiday Lady Deadpool. So let's go ahead and hop into the skill preview and check out what the new skill animations actually look like. So we'll start with the first skill, and that's going to be the one that ignores iframe now. And I really like this one. He takes the buff that he gets from above his head there and just throws it at the enemy. It's really cool. I like the skill animation a lot for the first skill. The second skill, he kind of throws some grenades on the ground, jumps up, blasts him with a machine gun, and then uses the rocket launcher to finish him off. All gold plated, I must add, because Deadpool is ballin' with this uniform here. The third skill, he throws or hits some, yeah, everything gold plated. He hits some grenades up in the air, which is, I believe, this pretty much the same as the Lady Deadpool uniform, with, of course, just a little bit of a difference to it because he uses his cane, whereas she uses a bat. And yeah, they rain down the grenades and explode on the enemies. And then the fourth skill, we let all that clear. Wait, what? The fourth skill, there we go. Still an iframe, still does all the slashes, so it's just a little bit of a change in the animations, like the kooky little poses that he makes. But besides that, it's pretty much the same 4th skill that you would expect from the Holiday Lady Deadpool uniform. And now the 5th skill does actually get an overhaul, but again, that's because Holiday Lady Deadpool's 5th skill was Christmas themed, whereas this one is not going to be. So he jumps in his rolls here and just goes around. I don't even know if that's Rolls Royce, but I was just saying that because it sounds fun. But anyway, there we go. And yeah, still rains down some bombs there. The only thing about this skill is you miss out on a lot of the damage when you cancel this skill, and you do want to cancel this skill because it's pretty much the same playstyle as with Holiday Lady Deadpool. You want to cancel the 5th skill and then go into the 4th skill to do your damage, because the 5th skill is just there to get you that all defense down, and you can cancel it and you just basically get the kind of gunfire. So if you look here at the start, you can see like the bullets kind of raining around. You see all the bullets like hitting the ground, the dust flying up. That's the only thing that you retain from the 5th skill when you cancel it, but luckily that applies the all defense down, so you will get the all defense down. And the best skill rotation, or I shouldn't say the best because I don't know for sure, but the skill rotation that I like to use for this new uniform is 3-5-4. So you do 3, wait for him to hit the grenades up, do this. As soon as the car appears, then you cancel into 4, and then you get your proc on the 4th skill. And you really want to use that 3rd skill right there, because those grenades raining down add a significant amount of damage to your skill rotation. But even with that, it still doesn't compare to Holiday Lady Deadpool in terms of raw damage. And it could also be because they decided to increase his skill cooldowns, which I don't know why they did that. So maybe it's just because he's not using his skills as often as Lady Deadpool, so that maybe that's why he's doing less damage. But as you can see here, he's up to 21 seconds and then 18 seconds, whereas Lady Deadpool was 16 and 18. So that's a whole 3 seconds more that you're kind of waiting for your skills to come off of cooldown to do your next rotation. And that 3 seconds is going to add up over time as you're trying to fight a boss. So that might be one of the main reasons why his damage seems lower. But yeah, because everything else is pretty similar. So let's look at the uniform options here, and then we'll hop into some gameplay and show off both versions. So I'll show off the 30th anniversary, the new uniform here, and then I'll do a comparison with the Holiday Lady Deadpool uniform, so you can kind of see how they perform side by side on my account here. So, you know, same cards, same obelisk and everything like that. Yeah, so let's check out the uniform options. So the first one is going to be Amadeus Cho for Brawn, and then the second one's going to be Black Bolt's Marvel's X, and then we're going to have Thanos Infinity War, or Secret Wars, my bad, Secret War. And then we have Cable for Cable and Deadpool. And then the final one is Taskmaster, so Marvel's Black Widow. So not too bad for the uniform options there. So yeah, let's hop into a little bit of gameplay, and I'll show you both the uniforms in action. Alright, so here we are for Proxima Midnight. We're going to be trying out his new uniform first. We have the debuff lead for Doc Voodoo, and then we have Dazzler there for the mutant support. And we are doing a stage 88 because stage 88 doesn't have any blade twisters. I tried recording this a couple times before, and I kept getting snared whenever I would cancel my 5th skill into my 4th skill, and it was really, really annoying and actually making me quite angry that he kept getting snared. So we moved down to a lower stage so that we wouldn't have to deal with blade twisters. I really hate those things. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what we can do here. Alright, so we're going to swap on over, let her do her first attack, bat up those grenades, and go in. And there's the normal damage you would expect to see. We get a bit of it at the end though, so wait for the final bit of the skill there. Now we'll wait for this. Alright, and as you can see, damage is pretty consistent. You don't have to worry about like canceling the skill at the end there like you do for Holiday Lady Deadpool. So 2 skill rotations, that was 25 seconds down to 11 bars. So now we'll hop over to the other uniform with Holiday Lady Deadpool, and we'll get a comparison. Alright, so same team, same strikers. All we did is just swap over the uniform. And yeah, let's see what we can do with this one here. Alright, let's switch on over to her. This one is actually a little safer too to play because you get into the iframe right away, and then it cancels over to the 4th skill very quickly. I let that play all the way through. I wasn't paying attention because I was talking. Let's see. I didn't wait long enough, did I? I did not wait long enough. So let me restart that really quick. But as you can see, one skill rotation from Holiday Lady Deadpool actually almost got him to this, or got Proxima to the same point that the new uniform did after 2 rotations. So maybe I was mistaken a little bit. I thought I think I was saying earlier that the new uniform is better for War Boss Ultimate for all defense down, but I think it still just does less damage, so maybe it isn't better. It is a little more consistent as you don't have to rely on canceling right here, which did I cancel in time? I don't know. I haven't played Holiday Lady Deadpool in a little while, actually. And no, I didn't cancel that early enough. Alright, so let's do that. Let the all defense down drop off, but as you can see, we're already almost there, and that was a messed up skill rotation. Alright, so here we go. Let's do this one more time here. See if we can cancel this a little bit better. He's going. We did cancel, right? Yeah, 112%. But anyway, you can see the damage is a lot better with the Holiday Lady Deadpool uniform here, and that's just because she has more raw damage. I don't know if it's because more hits or because when you cancel her 5th skill, you actually get like the full effect, whereas when you cancel the 5th skill with the new uniform, all you get is those little bullets that are just tickling the enemy instead of doing all the explosions and damage from like the helicopter, the missiles with the other uniform, or with this one here dropping the presence down from the sleigh on the enemy. So yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about this new uniform. I just think it's inferior to the Holiday Lady Deadpool uniform. So if you have the Holiday Lady Deadpool uniform, I don't think there's really much point in getting his new uniform. Unless you just really like it for the look, you want to get it for like collection purposes and that kind of stuff. But besides that, I don't really see too much of a point, and we missed our proc there. So that is the only benefit to the new uniform, is it's just more consistent on getting to the all defense down, to the 100% all defense down. You don't have to worry about like canceling with the 2nd skill. It just seems easier to, I don't know, it just seems easier to accumulate the all defense down, but it just does less damage. So I'm not sure if that's a good enough trade off for you to want to pick up the uniform or not. But yeah, a good example of that is if we go over to Null here, and take a quick look at the damage that we do against him, because this doesn't rely on all defense down. You can see really clearly that the Holiday Lady Deadpool uniform is just out DPSing the new uniform quite substantially. So if we just, oh no, don't do a skill. All right, so if we just hop on over, so there we go. We do about 1.5 bars. And then we do the 2nd skill right there. So yeah, it's like 1.5 bars worth of damage. Okay, maybe 2 bars if we proc like right at the start of the skill. So if we get like a good proc, then we get like 2 bars worth. Yeah, so it's like 1.5 bars to 2 bars. So now let's switch over to the new uniform, and we can see the difference in damage here. So now we've switched his uniform. We have the new uniform here, and we're going to see that he does less damage than the Holiday Lady Deadpool. So we're going to do the same skill rotation, prop that up, and oh, we got snared. Of course we did. Why wouldn't we? I'm only trying to get a comparison here. I'm not actually trying to take you down, by the way. So just let me get my skills off. Okay, here we go. And that was, let it finish, bar to maybe a little more than a bar. Let's do one more so we can actually check here. Swap that up, go in here, there we go. So that was a bar and a bit actually, so maybe it is a little closer to Holiday Lady Deadpool if I actually cancel very... no, it's just a bar and a little bit. It's not quite the same as Holiday Lady Deadpool's, and you got to keep in mind that he's actually taking longer to get his rotation back as well. So you're doing less damage, like overall, like in like over that minute as well, because you're just doing your skill rotation less with this uniform than you are with the Holiday Lady Deadpool uniform. And like I said, it is doing less damage. Maybe it's not doing as much less than I initially thought. Maybe it's just maybe like half a bar actually. I thought it was more like a full bar when I was doing my testing earlier. but maybe I wasn't canceling as well as I was doing now. Because right now I'm canceling well, because that's a bar and then a little bit, so a bar and like 25% there. So Holiday Lady Deadpool is doing maybe half a bar to 75% of a bar's worth of damage more than this new uniform. And also, like I said, the skill cooldown, it just means that she's doing more damage overall because she's doing her skills more often than this uniform. So yeah, I don't know how to feel about it. I love Deadpool, so that's of course why I picked up the uniform, and I really like the look of the uniform. I think the skill animations are really cool as well, so I'm not really hating on the uniform in that regard. I'm just saying that it doesn't seem to be much of an upgrade, if at all, to the Holiday Lady Deadpool. But also, maybe they're just putting out this uniform as well to be a kind of a bump up for those players that did not actually be able to get the Holiday Lady Deadpool uniform. So for those of you that don't have that uniform, then this is a very good substitute because it puts Deadpool up to a very similar power level to the Holiday uniform. So that could also be a reason why this uniform doesn't seem to be too much of an upgrade or too different. Maybe they just wanted this as a replacement or an equivalent uniform for the players that missed out on the limited uniform. But anyway, let me know your thoughts below on this uniform here. This video might have been a little longer than I expected. I was kind of rambling a little bit trying to figure out what I wanted to say here about the uniform. But overall, like I said, I like the look of the uniform. I like the skills. But I don't think if you have the Holiday Lady Deadpool uniform that it's going to be much of a upgrade for you. So you could probably just save your crystals for a different uniform. So yeah, that's going to be my thoughts on uniform. Hopefully you enjoyed. And of course I will catch you in the next one.